Hey guys. Okay, so this is just kind of like a unplanned, let's just play a little bit of Tales of Crestoria and talk about it as I do. Because I realized the game launched a few days ago now and I haven't actually talked about the game. So that's kind of on me. So that's what we're going to do here is I'm going to play, I'm going to talk about it. It's kind of going to serve as a whole bunch of info pretty much. Anyways, so far, I have been playing, like I said, practically non-stop since this thing launched. I'm having tons of fun. Obviously, I have gripes, it still crashes a lot and whatnot, but overall, it's pretty fun. Now, I have a couple of arena tickets. Let's pop these. I hope I get Kronos at some point or another, because I was looking at his skill kit. He looks really, really fun. So, anyways, Rainbow? Did I get him? Did I get him? Let's find out. Hey. I got a Gina stone. Cool. Yes. All right. Yes. He's my first SSR Dark, so this is... All right. To think, the first time I decide to stream, I get them. So clearly, streaming this game is my luck. Yeah, thanks. When the summer banners drop, I'm probably going to stream that as well because I plan on rolling for Summer Yuri. Because I really like the character. I liked Vesperia a lot. So, and this chick, nice. Yeah, no, I don't know if you guys have actually looked at Kronos, but he is very powerful. His ultimate is 11 hits to everyone. Like, that's nuts. He's a nuts character. Unfortunately, today is light grind, so I'm going to have to live a little without him being maxed out. But, you know what? I'm okay with that. So, first of all, let's go to my dark team here. Yes, auto select for dark. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Do I have enough to ascend you? Because I really want to level this guy up a lot. I need copper. Perfect, because it is a farm stream. Guess what we're farming? Yeah, sure. Oh, sweet, light advantage. Heck yeah. Where is it? There it is. Alright. You know what? I'm going to turn up the background music just a little bit here. I see it barely registering at all. There we go. Yeah, no. So, Crestoria, so far. I'm having tons of fun with this game. I've barely been able to put it down. I find that the raid system, although I had gripes initially about it, once I started playing it a little more, I realized it's actually a lot of fun. I find it feels very rewarding to actually do the raid grinding, which is unique, because typically I find raids in games to be very boring. In this one, though, because of the full auto system, it doesn't feel that bad to actually do, and there's a lot behind it, right? You have the tomes to level your character skills. You have the ascension materials that can drop. And actually, that's another interesting part, is a lot of the common materials to ascend your characters can actually just be obtained through raids. So using your BP to constantly farm raids yields a lot more than just tomes and stuff. And there's obviously the chance of obtaining an SSR Memoria Stone, which actually happened to me the other day. I didn't even realize that it could happen, but it did, and I was quite interested about that. Now, I can't remember. How do I... Oh, yeah, it's here. Off. I was going to originally run this off of my... off of an emulator. For this stream, I was going to run it off an emulator. However, once I had finished it and got it all set up and I was trying to play it, I was like, all right, it works. And then I tried loading the game up on my phone and I ran into account issues. So you can only have it installed on one device at a time. and I could not find a way to unbind the account from my phone without fully reinstalling the game. So I'm just going to leave it on my phone. Just going to play it through there. I'll worry about the overheating issues later. But yeah, overall, I'm finding it good. A lot of the errors that were there in beta are gone. It's not consistently crashing to desktop anymore. You can't actually play for a significant amount of time. The arena doesn't feel bad to play. It actually feels relatively balanced for what it is. Ascending your characters isn't that hard. We're on like what, day 3, day 4? I think it's day 4 now. And did I get any of that? I still haven't got a single of the mats I need. That's annoying. But yeah, you don't have a lot of TTDs anymore. You can actually complete quests and stuff. The arena feels good to play. Yeah, overall it's nice. I do worry a little bit about the longevity of the game. That's only after playing Tales of the Rays. For those that didn't play it, there was a Japanese version of the game, and then I think it was like a year later, the global version came out, and I played the global one. And it was great. The game ran perfectly fine. Content was consistent. It was great. After about 8 months, I think, or something like that. I can't remember the exact amount of time. Maybe it's even less than that. It was shortly after the Velvet banner, though. They announced closure. And the Japanese version of Tales of the Rays had 2 currencies. You had a premium that you could only buy with money, and then a general use gacha currency that you could farm. Anyway, it was like most games, right? You know, you had a significant amount you were able to farm and stuff, and it wasn't that bad. Oh, good, I finally got a copper bar. 4 more to go. So it wasn't that bad, right? And you would be able to, play the story, play events, you get this free currency. And then when banners came around, they would sometimes have boosted rates if you use the special buy-only gems, right? Which made sense. You monetize the paid gems with guaranteed banners and stuff, right? People are more willing to spend. Global, on the other, and also if you use the premium currency to roll the gacha instead of the farmable stuff, you had base higher rates where it was like 5% for the, like I'm spitballing numbers, I can't remember the exact rates, where it was 5% for an SSR using the farmable stuff. It was like 10 to 12% for the premium stuff, right? And it didn't bode well because when the global version came out, there was only the premium currency and it became farmable. And they never rebalanced the... Oh, sweet, another brick. They never rebalanced the gacha stuff. So when we went and rolled gacha with this premium the premium gacha currency that we were able to farm, you were covered in SSRs because they came in almost every single roll in some fashion. Granted, it was equaled out to a degree because there were weapons mixed in with characters and stuff, but even then. And I personally feel like that heavily contributed to why Tales of the Rays closed down, is because there was no real reason to pay for currency because we already had the best currency in the game for the gacha. We could just farm it. Yeah. So when I look at Tales of Crestoria and I see the JP side has a split between their free and their premium currency. You know, you spend money, you can get the purchased version of the currency. It's still all gleamstones at the end of the day, but there is a differentiation between paid and free. Global doesn't have that. We have just gleamstones, whether they're paid or not. And obviously, that's very concerning because to me, someone that got burned on Tales of the Rays, it looks like the same rabbit hole. I will still play Tales of Crestoria, the English version. I will most likely still go in on banners I really like. However, I will also be cautious about it because, you know, it might run into the same issues. I say might, I don't know. Gunpla Warfare, the other game that I play, has a English and Japanese server running concurrently, just like Crestoria. And there doesn't seem to be any issues with that. So I'm just hoping that Crestoria works out because I love Tails. This game is fun. Like I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the turn based, but even after the beta, I liked it. Now I'm definitely into it. I love it. Although I do hope Tales of Arise goes stays with some kind of live combat. I don't care if it's open world or the standard Tales. Put you into an instanced arena to do the fight. As long as it's not turn based, I don't think Tails should go turn based. For mobile games, it's fine though. The controls are a lot easier. I'll give it that than trying to play Rays. So benefits, pros and cons on both. Anyways, overall, I'm finding. Wow, I got 3. Okay, there we go. So now we can get Kronos all ding donged. Excellent. Actually, I'm gonna modify my support lineup here because I'm still using. Yeah. Okay. So we'll put in Kronos. Plus 7% HP, right? Yeah. Do I have any good stones laying around? What's your stone? 30% damage to martial type. What type are you? You are martial arts. So you're just going to get a fat 30% boost? Hello. Just signing you up for that. Okay. So, that looks good. That looks good. And I believe I want to use... Yeah, no, I want to use arches, because, yes. Beautiful. Okay. So that's all good. Well and dandy. I really wanted to get him all put in there. Now, I need to farm XP pots as well as more ascension materials. Velvet's only missing a little bit to move up in the world, so... Yeah, we'll farm you. So I just need one more of those wyvern claws. Yeah. So once I've got the ascension mats and I've pushed Kronos probably up to about a 70 cap, I'll probably get Mila up to a 70 cap or so, and then I'll start farming pots. Now, it may seem intimidating at first, trying to level everything up. I can totally understand that. If you've looked at what's available for characters, it's actually nuts. Because you have your 2 skills. Oh, what is happening with my hair? Whatever. Anyways, so you have the 2 skills that you can level with tomes. You have your character's special attack, Oogie, ultimate, whatever, that has its own ascension level, and you can only do that with copies of the Memoria Stone for the character. Or, the limit break things too. Oh wait, I got on my first run. That was weird. But yeah, so you have all the levels. You have the Memoria Stone, which has levels, adornments, which are like bonus stats like HP, attack, and defense and stuff like that. So there's lots of little things to invest into and grind. After 4 days, though, I've pretty much maxed out the adornments on Velvet Stone. The character herself is at 90 cap, so I'm almost at the 100. She just needs a little more. Actually, here's the Ascension table. So I only need to farm a little bit more. I think the hardest thing to get here is going to be the Princessia. Everything else is not that hard to get. It's just going to be that's going to be the hardest one. So, it's getting to 90 doesn't take that long. It may seem like an uphill challenge, but once you start to... Actually, I'll give you guys the same advice I gave to a couple of the guys I was talking to in the Sinoalis fan Discord. What I did was I created the strongest party I could have thought I had available. It was just a mixed party. Right? It had all my favorites because, those are the ones I had XP dumped into. Then you tackle the XP pots and you pick what element you want to build first. In my case, I went with Earth because at the time, let me just bring up my Earth filter here. Earth. At the time, I had Cress, I had Anise, I had Sharia, and I had Rokuro. Right? So I had my 4 main lines. So what I did was I hit up the Earth pots and I just ran into it over and over and over again on auto. And I did the best I could to get all the XP pots I could. Fed it into them, got them all up to the 40 cap. The SSR got up to 50. And then once all that was done, frontline them. Life is great. Went to, I believe it's wind pots. whatever Earth is effective against in this. I'm still learning the element cycle. But yeah, and that's all you do. And then I beat the crap out of the wind pots, and then I leveled up on my wind characters, and then I fought water, and then I fought fire, and so on and so forth. And you just kind of go in that circly loop there to level everything up. It's not that bad. And then once everyone's hit that 40 cap, then you look into ascending, because now you can easily tackle all of the normal raids, because they're designed, if your entire party is like around level 50, you should be able to relatively easily do the normal raid. Once they're up at about 70, that's where hard is. Once they're up at 90, that's the very hard, right? So it's just kind of tiered up. Very linear progression cycle. You just have to pick and just roll with it. So that's my recommendation to everyone that's picking up the game and starting new right now. Now, back to what I was doing originally, which is limit breaking Chronos. LD player, I don't use an emulator. I play on my phone. As for DCs, very, very rarely. The chat constantly crashes, but that's not a big deal because you don't need to be in the chat in order for things to progress and for fights to actually happen. Okay, so I need finest fur. Oh, how many finest furs? I need 2 more. Hard to see the numbers from this distance from my phone because I have it. I wish I had another phone here so I could take a photo and show you how silly this entire setup is. I guess I could arguably move my webcam, but I'm not wearing pants right now, so we'll pass on that. But yeah, it's a mess of wires in front of me, so I have to have my phone kind of sitting at a weird angle. All right, let's run fire. Okay. Yeah, I just have the Tales of Crestoria OST playing. Just let me know if you guys want me to turn it off or something, because I don't have my headphones on. I can't hear it, so. I actually tried that. I think your name's pronounced Ixoid, I'm not sure. Sorry if I completely butchered it. I did actually do the 1 core on Nox with the 8 gigs RAM, because I saw that on Reddit. People had been talking about it and how to get it to run properly. And it worked briefly, but as soon as I entered a fight, it just went full slideshow on me. So I said, screw it. You know, it's not worth it. That was on the JP version, though. So I tried reroll. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we don't hear the game anyway. Yeah, that's unfortunately the side effect of the way that I'm streaming this. It's the only way for me to really do it without lots of problems, because before I used to use a system that allowed me to effectively cast to my computer instead of streaming to it, and that would do audio and video. However, it relied heavily on the Wi-Fi, and because I'm in an area where there's lots of interference and there's lots of people using the Wi-Fi, there were a lot of interruptions. So every now and again, the video would stutter, the audio would hiccup, and then there would be sync issues, and it was a lot more trouble than it was worth. So I switched to this, where I just have a cable plugged into my computer and I'm directly streaming it to my desktop, and that's what I'm playing now. Side effect is I can't pass audio through this. So the next phone I get, though, I am planning on getting one of the USB-C to HDMI outputs. That way I can directly stream this to my capture card, which would then capture the audio as well. My phone model, unfortunately, does not support it. So, yeah, nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, as I was saying with so I had been talking to some people and they were, oh yeah, I'm still re-rolling, I'm still doing this with the game. I decided, you know what, I'll re-roll on JP, because I already decided on my English accounts. There was no going back from that. So I installed the emulator and I started doing some rolls on JP. Man, 17 re-rolls. I saw 3 SSRs. It was brutal. I just stopped. I said, screw it, we're sticking with global. I'll suffer. God, it was pain, man. It was pain. Luck with this game has been awful. I find it so weird. Like, for no rhyme or reason, right? Like, sometimes, like when I did my tutorial roll for this account, I had crazy amounts of luck with SSRs, right? But when I created other accounts to re-roll on the JP side, I just got nothing. Even now, right? Like, I decided to do another 2500 roll to see if I could get a new SSR, a dark SSR, or a dupe. right? No, just gold, which is fine. You know, I did a single roll. It's like a 5% SSR rate or something, so works out in the end. But yeah, at least it's easy enough to obtain gleamstones in this, right? So could be worse. Could be a lot worse. And just as a heads up, as soon as GBGW releases the patch information, I'm bailing off to do that. I don't actually know if they're going to do it tonight or not, though. And the only reason I say that is because the anniversary patch is the 22nd, which means we're going to get the anniversary banner as well, new suit and everything. I have a feeling they're probably going to delay the banner announcement until Monday. That way they can get as much as they can out of the current limited banner before the anniversary suit completely tanks those sales, because everyone's going to be hoarding for whatever they announce. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. They might just do it today, but delay it until like 11 p.m. or something, really push it all the way to like the last 11 p.m. EST. That's when they announce the news on the website. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen the leaks or not for Tales of Crestoria. They actually came out when the beta released. Typically, I haven't talked about leaks in any of the games I cover yet, but I'll talk about this one because it happened over a month ago, and it's more or less common knowledge. But for a lot of people that didn't pay attention at the time, including myself, it's news. So when they showed off the summer banners that were coming out with Kanono and who was the other person? It starts with a V, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. I'm pretty sure he's from Eternia. Anyways, they teased a couple of summer characters, and people started posting the full art that was leaked back in from the beta. There's a lot of cool banners. I'm not going to actually show the pictures or talk about things that haven't been announced yet, because I don't want to spoil people that are actually interested in having a surprise given to them. It's very easy to find this information online, so yeah, it's not really secret. All right, so that's all done. I'm all out of stamina for now. Let's go head up the arena and dump that. Anyways, I'm really excited for some of the summer characters that are coming out and for some of the future banners. They look really cool. There's some characters in there that I really do want to get my hands on to play. Surprisingly, not all cute girls, but it's the way it goes eventually. Yeah. I should make sure this team's actually still the strongest setup I got. Okay, so there's a quick swap. Okay. An arena is one of those modes I actually play manually. So, let's see how this goes. I just have to turn off auto as soon as the fight starts. Hopefully I don't... Okay, good. I can't get trapped in infinite loading. Okay. So... Well, let's see here. What do we got? Okay. Well, I guess you're the... Actually, what are the levels of these characters? So we got a 38, 38, 38, 38. Oh, I guess this is a CPU then. That's way too even. I guess I can actually full auto because we're... Velvet could probably solo these guys. But... Yeah. God, I hate having an itchy ear. It's terrible. I know, right, Glass? I don't run a full cute girls team. I will eventually, most likely, but for now I am playing with the best that I have available, as determined by the game. I'm not really too worried about any kind of meta or anything yet. I'm not looking at who the best characters are, what the best stones are to use or whatever. It's just like, I'll just use whatever I got. I'm not that concerned about it. I will say that the arena is really nice. My biggest complaint with the beta when I was looking at the arena was how whale-centric it seemed and how pay-to-win it came off as. But after actually experiencing a season, which only lasted a few days, not bad, really. I'm pretty sure I ranked within the top 1,500. And I played super casually. Granted, it was launch period, so a lot of people are kind of still getting their feet wet with the game. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. All right, so what do we got? 60, 33, 35, 43. Well, Estelle, you are about to get slap chopped to the next dimension. Because I can't have you existing. Although it looks like you're going to survive the first batch of wax, eh? Yeah, dang. And she's going to heal and recover most of that back. Damn. Is Arena AI? It's purely AI controlled, thank God. So there's a lot of exploitation that you can do with the AIs, and you can definitely win fights that you're not supposed to, because yeah, it's exploitable AIs. Can the rest of my team kill her so I can save an attack for... Okay, good. Excellent. And there, that's the rest of his team out. Need to make sure I kill Stan before his ultimate's up. You know what, though? I'll probably win this by hitting auto, because I just out-level pretty much everyone equally on their team comp here. Oh, here's the thing, Glass. Have you tried Kronos yet? And the only reason I ask that is because his ultimate attack is an 11-hit all AoE on the enemy team. That's amazing because that is a 44-hit combo right away, meaning you get a 40% damage boost. Granted, he is a very rare drop to get, and you can only get him from arena tickets, but still, it stands. He's an SSR character, and he's quite powerful. But at least he's not normal gacha, meaning whales will still have to battle RNG that they can only do so much of to get their hands on him. I got 6 SSR, 3 from the 10 ticket, 1 from selection, 3... Yeah, no, there's a lot of SSR. It's like I'm at, what now, 7 or 8 or something like that. Like, it's not that bad once you kind of get it settled in and everything. And that's why I'm looking forward to the summer banners, because I'll be able to actually roll a little more and hopefully, you know, fill out my SSRs that I'm lacking. Because right now, I have a very hodgepodge group of SSRs. I think water is actually my most stacked element right now, only because I have like 2 SSRs for that element. Everything else is very sporadic, but there's at least 1 SSR in every element except fire. I'm absolutely screwed for fire right now. So, is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to kill... Actually, what are your levels? 67, 60, 70... Oh, you're 80. Yeah, okay, you gotta go. Who's strong? Is he dead? He's dead. Okay. Next up is you, yes. Okay. Estelle will heal that, but that'll waste her turn, and then I can use... Okay. And I don't have to worry about Aegis, because he's not really that useful. Oh, she actually attacked instead of healing. Nice. Okay. She hits like a truck. God damn it. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I expect them to release a lot of the more powerful SSRs with Arena, and they'll dilute the pool so bad, getting a specific one will be impossible. Well, it'll be the same cycle as Gunpla Warfare, I imagine, where you'll still have the rate up banners when new stuff gets added, and that'll be the best time to obtain them. As for the really powerful stuff being added in through Arena, I don't think so. They'll probably have like the odd spice of, you know, a powerful character or something, but I think overall they're going to add most of it through the gacha, because that's the most accessible thing for almost every player. Think about it this way. Arena, right now, is only rollable in the extremes if you are a crazy whale, because you have to spend a ton of gleam stones to constantly refresh your arena points to keep battling. You still have a finite amount of coins that you can get, because you only get like 1 to 2 coins a drop every now and again when you win, and you have to wait until the season ends for the big, you know, couple hundred or the few thousand tokens from whatever rank bracket you're in, right? It doesn't make sense to lock really good stuff behind that, it makes more sense to put into a gacha where hundreds, where thousands, where tens of thousands of people can spend money and roll on it because they all have the same chance versus arena. I may be completely wrong, but just from my perspective, playing a ton of games, they'll put like maybe one or two good units behind it to say like, hey, you should play this mode, but that's it. Sometimes I've actually seen games only put like maybe 1-2 characters behind that kind of wall just to say, hey, this is like a PvP trophy or whatever, and that's it. Because there's a lot of other stuff to trade for with arena coins, right? You have materials and refining items and things like that. So, now, you're next. Give him a slap. Oh, wow. We'll just kill you, I guess. And I should be able to full auto the rest of this fight. Alright, I should bring up Discord just in case they do decide to release the information. Cool. Okay. Yeah, when I was actually just before the reset happened, when I was sitting at rank D5, the fights were actually really close. So, oh, I need to remember to turn on Mirage Skip and stuff, because that just slows down everything. Settings. Skip Mystic Arts on. Hide UI, quest and notification camera should be on enemies, and arts camera set to off. Maximum speed. Cool. Once they optimize this a little more, I'll most likely change those settings back to the more cinematic, but for now, not so much. What do you enjoy more so far, Cinealis or Crestoria? Cinealis is very monotonous, as there's literally only like one path to progression. Crestoria suffers from the same thing. However, there's more to do in Crestoria, only because, you're still kind of leveling everything up and there's lots to do. Once that stagnates, that'll be a better question to ask, because right now, I'm already used to Cinealis. I played the JP launch, I've played the global launch, I'm used to the game. Once the whole rose-tinted glasses come off with Crestoria, and we've had a couple of weeks to settle in and play and get a good feel for the game, that's when I would ask that question. Because right now I'm going to say Crestoria is more fun. Because it is. Because it's newer. Right? There's more to do. Also, I'm more of a Tales guy than I am a Cinealis guy. And that's purely because the Tales IP has been with me for so long. So. And water. Actually, I didn't check your levels. 70... 58, 70. Okay, good. So Mizella does need to get slapped around a little bit. Okay. Wow, lots of heals. Lots and lots of heals. Let's hit you with that. Hit you with that. Okay. Who's next? We'll get Estelle because she's a heal bot, and I don't like heal bots. And I'll set it to auto because it should be fine now. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is for the next Crestoria stream, I'm actually going to create an interface for it, only because this game is different than most of the other ones I play in just how it's laid out. I could arguably try to make it just like fit to screen, but then I'll start kind of like impeding on stuff with this. I think I'll do that. I think I'll just create like a standardized template for the games that I play vertically and then ones for horizontally. I think that would be the best way to approach this. So I just got to find time to sit down and do it. Favorite Tales character? Velvet. After Velvet, Mila. After that, that's a good question. because those two are definitely like my hands down favorite. I think after that, it kind of starts getting more into, I like a lot of characters equally. Yuri, I love Tales of Vesperia, mainly because the interactions Yuri had with the rest of his party were just amazing. Let's see here. Now, there's just so many characters in Tales. And I'm going to say, like, Velvet, hands down, Mila after, and then probably I'd put Yuri as my third favorite. Then after that, it just kind of tapers off, and they're all kind of the same at that point to me. I think I should have one ticket left for Arena, so... Oh, boy. Okay, so... What are we up against? 70, 70, 70. Okay, so he's kind of evenly leveling his stuff. Cool. I am going to kill Leon. I don't like him. Okay, there. And the rest of this fight should be relatively smooth sailing. Okay. Arena is lots of fun. Oh, actually, no, am I cutting off the chat box? Oh, no, just by the tiniest, silliest amount here. Let me just shrink that. Okay, cool. That looks nicer. Is there team synergy? Yes, there absolutely is team synergy in this. Do I exploit it? No, not at all. Right now, we don't really have a set arena meta or anything like that, so it's just kind of slap chop your way to victory. Yeah, that's the way a lot of these newer games go. Typically, the first week is just everyone getting used to it, warming up, and all that. And then after the first week is passed, that's when people start making the meta lists and things like that to read into. I would all take them with a grain of salt, though, as a lot of people jump to conclusions very quickly with these types of games. So, is there any new character you splurge on that's not in the game yet? SSR tier? Any form of Velvet that's not Menagerie, and well, I'm definitely now. This is a spoiler. I am going to be rolling on the swimsuit Yuri when that comes out, because I didn't get the original Yuri that's in the current SSR pool. So when his summer banner drops, I am rolling on that. That's the one I'm aiming at, because that also has SSR Rute as well. So it's if I get either of them, I'm winning. Okay, so let's see. This fight. You. Or murder you dead. Cool. Next up on the chopping block is going to be you. Yeah, we'll put that to auto. Oh. And once I get a little more AP, which will happen after I dump my BP, I'm going to start farming some base pots, because I need to start leveling Kronos up so I can actually use them. Because once he hits 70, he should be a powerhouse in my team comp. Until then, though, he's not so much. Ooh, Rita, you beast. 15,000 damage. Spicy. Alright, and that should be all of my arena coins. Yes. Oh, my battle pass leveled up too. Nice. Yep, okay. Well, let's claim my... Hey, ain't that a thing? So, raids. Raid Shadow Legends. Well, he is a dark character, so let's farm this. Because I'm going to need tomes as well, and I do have a half-decent light comp at hand. Cool. This is how I do raids. I filter by whatever I'm currently trying to work on. In this case, it's a dark character, so I'll filter for dark raids, and that way, while I'm obtaining materials to ascend, I'm also getting skill tomes for them. This is why Velvet hits like a truck, because she has both her skills at level 5. One of them's almost at level 6. and that promises to be quite the powerhouse hitter. Oh man, I really want this game to do well. I love Tales. I'm still hurting after Raze kind of died in global. I know that a lot of people jumped over to the JP client of Raze when that happened, but that wasn't for me. I tried, and I tried very hard to play the JP client and enjoy it, but a lot of the friends that I had originally picked up the game with had quit by the time that happened, and I didn't really see much of a reason to continue playing at that point. So, what can you do? What can you do? And right, still no news, which is fine. Needs more Crestoria. Yeah, so whenever you get this message popping up in a raid or whatever where it says the chat was disconnected, just hit retry. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the raid at all. You can still keep playing even if you're not connected. Really? Oh, this was a level 2. I thought it was a level 1 and it was giving me the dragon's blood. I was confused. Yeah, screw it. Let's run a very hard. I'm gonna get absolutely trounced, but I need the materials. Yeah, hopefully everyone's having a lot of fun with this, you know, minus all the bugs. Recently, yeah, actually, so this was a thing from the beta. The power-up missions weren't accessible when the game reset, because what would happen was everything was determined by JST. So what that means is when the server reset, the day would be now whatever day it was in Japan. I'm in EST, right? So for me, 4 p.m. is reset hour. In Japan, that's 5 a.m., right, JST. So what would happen was the day would roll over 5 a.m. JST, which is tomorrow for me. All my missions would become unplayable. And that's only because the date that I am playing in, which is the day before, does not work for the missions that are currently up. So the game would say, no, you can't play. You're not on the right day. They weren't localizing it properly. Earlier today, they pushed out like a micro patch, like a 1 megabyte patch, to address this issue. On paper, it worked. I am able to play the power-up missions now. Thing is, currently it is about 9:15, and if I go to my power-up missions, you're going to see here that I only have a few hours left on here. What is that? 8 hours. So what's happened is they did fix the bug. I can actually play these missions after reset. However, what now happens is when it hits 5 a.m. my time, instead of JST, so 5 a.m. my time, they now become unplayable again. So they have fixed the problem by localizing the time, but they didn't make sure that the end time was localized to JST properly. So it's still playable, but it's still in the same constraints. They just shifted the constraints from later to earlier. That's all they've done. Instead of expanding the playable areas, because like before, it was, you know, reset happens here. I can play the missions here, and then they reset over here. So I had this gap I couldn't play in, right? And what they've done is they've taken this gap and they've shifted it so I can play. They shifted the gap over here, so this is now playable. This isn't. Japan has the entire thing playable. Obviously, that's a problem. And I do hope they address it properly, because it's really annoying to be limited to the time that I can actually farm these missions. The solution is very easy. Change your device time to JST, all your problems go away. I shouldn't have to do that, though, but here we are. So in case you're running into that issue where you try to click on a power-up mission and it say time is up or you can't play it or whatever, that's all you have to do, is just change your time zone. Now back to this. Normal. Still on my light comp. Let's go. Okay. Now. Yeah, because tomorrow should be the dark pots. I want to... You know what? I think I'll farm on Element just so I can get some XP pots for Mila, who's about to get another Ascension, and for Jude, because I want to ascend him as well. I'm only looking into investing the Ascension stuff into the SSRs. Technically, it's better mileage to invest into the SRs because the limit breaking for characters, that's where you use their that character's specific Memoria Stone to increase all of its stats. That is a humongous boost in power and in general just numbers. So what'll happen is if you have an SSR at 100 and an SR, I think their level cap is like 90 or something like that, 10 less because their max level base is 10 less. They will have better stats after I think it's like 2 ascensions. Now, to remember, it's much easier to get your hands on an SR than an SSR. So the chance of you being able to limit break your SR 3, 4, 5 times is going to be much more likely than getting even a single SR dupe or SSR dupe. I lucked out. I did actually get my hands on a Mila dupe as soon as the game started. Oh, whoops. Forgot to reapply the filter. I did get my hands on a Mila dupe as soon as the game started, so I did actually manage to limit break her, so she's going to go really far. And Anise, off the bat, she's an SR. I got 3 copies of her right away, so her stats are crazy high. And that's in comparison to like even characters that have 20, 30 levels on her. So it does make a big difference, and it's probably going to be why people end up running more SRs than SSRs purely for numbers. However, SRs don't have the ultimate attacks on them, so that's the trade-off you're making, right? So, how you want to play it. If you find an arena your characters are dying before they can do any meaningful damage, switching to SRs that have the higher stat pool from limit breaks may be the go-to, but that's situational. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of meta in this game because all the memory stones are different, all the characters are different, right? There are some things where the character's really bad, but the stone, excellent, and vice versa. For example, Kronos is a stone. I saw it in the shop, and it said plus 70 OL gauge at the start. That's practically like a third of your bar ready to go right away, and I was thinking, like, that's really, really good. However, I didn't realize that was actually at level 5. Level 1, it's only 35, which is, like, it's not actually that big of a deal anymore. So instead, I've equipped him with, who's stone? With Jude's, because he gives 35 or something % bonus martial damage and arts damage. And because Kronos is martial type, that feeds in very well. That synchronicity exists between 2 different characters and their stones, and they're actually completely opposing elements. So there's going to be lots of ways to min-max each individual character from this. Alright. Hopefully everyone on my friends list enjoys trying him out before I can, because I'm not going to use him until he's a much higher level. I'm expecting we'll probably see the GBGW news drop in like 40 minutes. Maybe even an hour. Who knows? All I know is farm streams, man. I'm gonna need so many materials in this game. So many materials. It's gonna be nuts. But nothing will be worse than Grand Blue. Nothing will ever be worse than Grand Blue. Okay. Oh, I got 2 copper bars for that, and nice, so I can actually almost limit break another character then. Only need a few more of each. That worked out pretty dang well. Like I said, you can just keep farming raids and you'll find yourself on Golden Street to Ascending, so. Speaking of Grand Blue, there's a new raid added. Yeah, I saw that. I have no interest in it. I've kind of just stagnated in Grand Blue because my crew is a little on the lazy side when it comes to running the really high level content, so I still don't have a finished opus. I just need 5 tiers and I'm done, but getting those 5 tiers is like pulling teeth, so I'll most likely end up having a pendant exchange, so c'est la vie. But yeah, because of that, I've just kind of stopped progressing because I just don't really see much of a point. I'm almost done my M2 Earth, my M2 Water. Fire really doesn't need M2. Like, I can, sure, but it's not really necessary. Plus, I can't do any of the free grind primal stuff because I still lack Agni. Um, yeah, so I'm just kind of at that point where there's no real direct line of progression anymore. There's like a few things I need to grind, and that's it. So until I finish my opus or have a path to finishing those, I'm kind of finished. I'm washed up. Is it weird stuttering the stream or the game? Let me double check the stream itself because I do have it open here somewhere. Here it is. Let's see. Well, as you can see, the webcam's working smooth. The game stuttering is the game. That's not my streaming or anything. The webcam does only. This is the webcam's only 30 FPS, but I'm streaming at 60. So there's a little bit of incongruity between the two of them. But I can tell you that the stuttering and stuff is actually the game. It's not really that optimized yet. It's still very resource intensive. It does need a decent phone to run properly. Things like that. My interest was renewed when I managed to pull primals. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm actually really looking forward to sparking because my last spark was amazing. I got Hades and Zephyrus, and then yeah, I also got 2 Zodiacs. So it was a pretty great spark. Pretty great spark. The bar grind, I don't care that much. Eternals come slowly but surely, and I play very casually. I don't even I 40 box like 3 Guild Wars in a row, and I'm never doing it again. I'm done. Okay, so what was I missing for Kronos' ascension here? Characters. What am I missing for you, sir? I still need 2 of the finest furs in the land. You know what? I might actually awaken him. I'm going to awaken him. I don't really like his stone that much. Let's go. Oof. Give me that stat gain. Oh, you know what? I just realized I had echoing going on because I hadn't muted the stream. Sorry about that. I just heard my voice coming in my headphones. I was like, hold on a damn second. Okay. Yeah, look at that stat gain. Like, that's insane. That is still level 1. Jeez. Absolutely nutter. So, bid force. So 94% hits 11 all enemies. Now I'm curious, what's Velvet's? 307 hits 4 one enemy. Yeah, Kronos is just nuts. Looking forward to using him quite a bit. Let's dump some pots into him. Whatever. 32, cool. Okay. Is there a map I can directly farm the last 2? Yes, okay. Fire. You know what? I'll just run my many element grid. Okay, go. I'll let that run. Getting 33 hits in from the usual 3 enemy group is insane. Yeah, well, that's why I'm really looking forward to being able to use Kronos in Arena, because 44 hits on all enemies means that anyone that goes after him is going to just be hitting like a truck because of the free damage boost. And Velvet is a amazing nuker, so using her in conjunction with Kronos is going to be very, very nice in Arena for me. So I'm looking forward to that. Plus, again, he's the first SSR dark character I have, and I do need a dark character, so I really do want to invest in him and get him up there. Plus, he's like a prestige item at this point. Later on, he won't be, but for now, he definitely is. So investing seems like a great idea. Alright, so I need 1 more of the finest furs in the land. I really want to get my hands on Leon as well. Yeah, Leon, Ludger, Kronos. That'll be a really good combo because Leon and Ludger are already really, really powerful and have a really good hit count gen. And then when you pair that up with Kronos, you have serious numbers. I wonder if they're ever going to add like a neutral style element to this. That'd be neat. Kind of a mix. I'm still waiting for Grand Blue to do that, where they add the a neutral element character to the game. That'll be a thing. All right, give me my last fur. No, not like this. Now I'll use a couple of grape gels. Sure. Every time I see grape, I'm always thinking purple, but then I remember that green grapes are a thing. So it's just when I think grape, I think purple. Still no GBGW news. Hopefully news comes soon though. I really do want to know what the anniversary suit's going to be for that. That's going to be really, really, really cool. Yeah. When the Cinewalis replicant banner goes up, I'll most likely end up getting access to my friend's account again to roll that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool. People seem to really like the last one. Granted, it was extremely short-lived because I absolutely luck shit the hell out of it. Hopefully I can do that again. I hate spending other people's hard-earned gacha currency, but the way it goes, I guess. And I'm just going to keep saving mine. I'm just over 3.2k now, I think, in Cinewalis. It's around there. And I'm just saving up for the next Snow White. Souped up version of Grandpa? I don't know. We'll see. I'm still thinking it's going to be like that, the Wing Snow Prelude or whatever, or some crazy custom suit or something. Because, yeah, it just seems like a good anniversary suit to bring in, something super flashy. If you add in a starter dash and things like that as well to get new players in, you're looking at a lot of eyes on it. So fur. Okay. And now I just need those silly green crystals I can never remember the name of. Okay, how hot's my phone right now? It's pretty toasty. Okay. Ascend. And I need 2 claricites. Found at there. And this is light advantage. I actually have a proper light team, so let's run it. Yay. Okay. Oh man. And I think when I get Kronos to 70 cap, I should be able to just dump into him. We'll find out. So it's him, Mila, and Velvet that I want to work on getting up to cap. Maybe Cress after that. I'm still trying to decide what the third SSR I want to work on is, because I'm still not quite sure. Or the fourth. Are you playing in Landscape? I'm a big fan. This is spliced with Gacha. Yeah, Tales of Crestoria is only playable in Landscape, to my knowledge anyways. If someone's figured out how to play Portrait, power to them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind gacha games that much. My brother is an avid dislike of mobile games. Like, he hates them with a passion. But I don't mind them that much. They're quick plays, easy to digest. They typically have really good IPs attached to them. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm also like, I don't really have the time to sit down and digest like a full game anymore. I think the last big game I played was Persona 5 Royal, and even that took like some planning to really set aside the time to just sit down and binge it. Outside of that, yeah, it's just like PSO2, hop on, play a few minutes worth of quests here and there, call it a day. The mobile games and stuff. I still want to try to get back into playing Dota, but that's just not happening. Alright, that should be all the Claricite as well. Okay, characters. Actually, oh yeah, you're already 70, Mila. What do you need? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Should probably work on you and Kronos both getting. He looks interesting. Hmm. Okay, so gonna need more Chimera Mans. I'm pretty sure that's very hard missions. Yeah, I don't have access to these yet, so I'm gonna have to hope that the raids drop them. 5,000 hours on JP. Yeah, yeah. No, I can't blame you for not wanting to change over. That's a lot of time. So let us go grind. What am I grinding? Let's do light. Actually, you know what? Since they're going to be elementless, I might as well farm. I think Earth. Is it Earth? Camera. Earth is weak to fire. Okay, no. And fire's weak to water. I should be able to smack the crap out of water because I actually have a full comp of water. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Let's see here. I'm guessing Awaken Unicorn to show the MGX. That's what I mentioned in the stream the other day. Was I was like, the anniversary suit's going to be the MGEX, but I realized that suit's not coming out until September. They may wait until like Halloween or something to do a special banner for that to kind of do a release slash advertisement for it. I hate gachas. Only thing keeping my gambling addiction in check. I don't really have that much of a gambling addiction, really. It's just I do enjoy the concept of the gacha games and stuff to a degree. Like there's certain aspects of it I like. It's most likely due to me loving collector style like mini games and stuff. When it comes to MMOs, I'm that guy that tries to collect all the pets, all the mounts, and things like that. So a gacha game, I really like collecting, favorite characters, cool characters, things like that. So I'm pretty sure that's where that tickles me pink. So it also they're very good in terms of like social interaction and stuff. I find that I've made a lot of good friends through the mobile game stuff because I'll join a community, like-minded people. We all like the same stuff. We hit well, and there you go. You got a whole bunch of new friends to hang out with and talk to. And typically, when a new game comes out, you all move over to that and play that too. So it's nice. Oh, still no news. I guess I should check in 30 minutes. Hopefully by then we'll have something. Now I wonder. Oh, there is an Alexial raid up. Cool. Because I just need one more katana and one more axe, and I'm done my Earth M2. Any gacha after Brave Exvius will make you feel much better. I don't know. I keep hearing people talk about Brave Exvius, how bad it was and stuff, and that's fine. I'm not going to say it wasn't bad. I never played it myself. But I don't know. I keep hearing people say that Fate Grand Order is the worst. I play that, and I find that other games, even though they have higher percentage based rates, actually feel worse than FGO does. So I think it's all just a matter of perspective at that point. I should be able to clear this one as well. I don't know if I'll be able to clear very hard, though, but I should be able to do hard, too. And I'm waiting for the anniversary in Fate Grand Order, because I have a bunch of Saint Quartz on that I want to roll as well. I'm pretty much just like sitting here waiting for all these anniversaries to drop so I can splurge all the stuff I've saved for like a year. Terrible. I thought I was going to splurge when the most recent summer banner came out for Grand Blue, but I saw the characters on it and I was like, no, I'm just going to sit on my thumbs and wait. So Came Highlander. Yeah, I would do that too, but I don't have Titan. Actually, okay, it's funny. So there's a subscriber that joined back when more or less started doing the stuff on YouTube. And me and him play a lot of games together and stuff. And I got him interested in Grand Blue Fantasy and got him to properly pick it up and play. He's had it for like he's played it for about a year now because it's been about a year since I started doing YouTube stuff. Um, but anyways, so during the anniversary this year when they were doing the Scratcher stuff, I managed to get quite a few things from that. That's actually where I got my Grand IO from. That was the only SSR thing I got from that. He got his hands on. And between that and his Spark, he got, what was it? Agni, Titan, and I'm pretty sure he got one other Primal. I got the other three Primals. I got my hands on Hades. I got Zephyrus. I already had two Zeus at that point and a Varuna. So I just keep making the joke. Him and me together make a full primal whale. But yeah, I'm not going to build a Kame Highlander grid, before I have Titan, because I just may never get Titan. It's not worth the investment at that point to me. But flip side, that's also why I have invested. I actually managed to clear that without losing anybody, huh? Actually, how much XP do I have to level? 900, eh? Alright, let's go back to raids. Cool. Doesn't make up for the tons of salt. I don't know, it's free stuff, dude. Like, I understand that people wanted to get rare stuff from those scratchers because it was teased so heavily, but like, it's all free stuff. Getting angry because you didn't get the free stuff you wanted, it's kind of silly. Like, yeah, sure, you're definitely free to feel salt about it. Like, dang, I didn't get Sierra's pick ticket 7 times. This is so unfair. But like, it's such a petty argument to be making. It's like you got a bunch of free stuff, just take it, even if it is pots, even if it is berries. Better than not getting anything. Because that apparently was a result, was actually just not getting anything at all, which I find to be absolutely savage. Set up my Grand Blue cycle on this Grimnir. I don't even know why I farm Grimnir anymore. I have like 3,000 of his anima, and I've gotten 0 harps. I should just give up. It's hard when you have friends who get better. I see, that's the thing, right? Is my crew got really lucky with those scratchers. People were bringing out, friggin' grand weapons, primal summons, the whole 9 yards. All right, and I got Grand IO. That was the best thing I got from the scratcher. Right, people are getting sunstones, gold bricks, all these things. Right, and it's like, just move on with life. It's free stuff. That's all it is. You weren't as lucky as the other ones, but whatever. It just means the next time you do it, your luck is better, right? That's how it works. Okay, cool. There was I think there was something like 5 people that got a Sierra Tix or something like that. So it's possible, but it's so slim. You're better off saving the 150 moons, which I'm almost at. Actually, no, wait. I was almost at 150 moons, and then I used a bunch on Dama bars to max out a Gisla. And I need a few more to max out a Vagabond, and then I'm done Dark Soldier, Primal Highlander. But I still need to finish my Opus for that. That's what the 5 tiers are for. So, yeah. I really need to think of a good order that I'm going to level up these characters in. As it stands right now, Velvet's first, because Velvet's my favorite. Mila's second on the list, because she's my second favorite. But it's I'm kind of at a loss at who to do after that. I'm not really sure anymore. Hard mode, go mode. The day the day whiles away while we wait for news. Oh man. I'm really hoping some more content comes out for this because I do want to start covering the game. It's good fun. The road to SL 20 Opus is harsh. Yeah, well, it's like it's not that big of a deal, right? It's just like as long as you can find people to clear it with. But that's the hardest part for me is a lot of the guildmates that I have, they all already finished their opuses or they aren't able to farm them. So it's kind of in that point where the people that we need to farm it don't want to farm it, and the people that want to farm it don't have the ability. So we have to reach to outside help, but it's really hard to do that because people have their own crews that they're running with and stuff, right? So it's kind of like it's got to make do with it. I'm gonna need so much gold. So much gold. Okay, what are we at? We have 8 AP and some BP. Oh, hey, I finished a bunch of missions too, huh? Cool. What'd I finish? Ah, okay. Also gives me 20 more gleams. Nice. Up to 7k. 7,500 will be 3 multi-rolls, which then I'll have for the summer banners, which will be really nice. Okay. Cool. They really do need to add gold bars and drop rate up for people. That way people will actually be willing to go back and farm them again. 84 minutes on that, so I'll probably just wait until just before I go to sleep before hopping back into arena. Alright, what do we add here? What do I still need? Because Chronos is still 70 cap, right? Yes. So I need Chimera's Mane and Lumicite. So chapter 1, 2, and 4 on very hard. Do you also have chapter 1 availability? You do. Okay, so what I should do is I should actually unlock chapter 1 very hard. That's what I should be doing right now. Sounds like a good path of progression. I don't want side stories. Chapter 1. Hard. Okay, let's go. And I'll just run my all element. And I should be able to AFK fight all these. And then that way I can actually just farm the materials directly for further ascensions instead of doing this song and dance, so to speak. Alright. Yeah, just more Grimnir animas. I don't know why I bother. Do not know why I bother. And, looks like the OST stopped playing. I'll just restart that real quick. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Classic M2. Yeah, it's only Grimnir, though. Everyone else is more than happy to drop me M2 weapons, from Shiva's AES to, Lumi literally just crapping out swords, but God forbid I get a single harp. So, what can you do? Nothing but suffer. Nothing but suffer. I also do need all these ingredients because I actually want to finish the cooking weekly this time. I wasn't able to finish it before because I didn't have enough ingredients. So, yeah, I'll eat a gel, sure. Go. Nice. What do you think of the game overall? Worth investing time into? Someone who's never played a Tales game, what makes it stand out? Frankly, in terms of mobile games in general, Crestoria doesn't truly stand out from the rest. It is really a lot due to the IP. The Tales IP is expansive. It's actually, I was talking to somebody about this before. It's a lot like Dragon Quest. Right? If you go and buy the newest mainline Dragon Quest entry, it's pretty much like all the previous games, just a little more polished to it. Is that a bad thing? No. It's the IP. That's the way it is. Same with Tales. Almost all the Tales games share a lot of hallmarks with each other. This mobile game takes a lot of pages from other games already on the market, which is fine to do. It's not a bad thing to take inspiration. So it feels like a lot of other games do. It still needs a little bit of polish on it because there's still some hiccups with it. But the Tales franchise itself has been around for, it's like 25 years now or something. Lots of characters, lots of entries into the actual franchise itself. You'll definitely find something mainline that you enjoy, as long as you enjoy JRPGs. As for whether it's worth investing time to, if you never played Tales before, maybe. You're not going to understand a lot of the character banter because some of the stuff that they talk about is related to their backstories, which to my knowledge isn't really truly fleshed out in this. It's kind of assumed you're going in at least knowing kind of the cliff notes about a handful of the characters kind of idea. But yeah. If you're not really playing any other mobile games right now, or you're looking for one to put time into because you have free time, I'd say, yeah, this is good. Lots of people enjoy Tales. It has a lot of characters to pick from. It has enough systems in it that as you play, you're kind of incentivized to keep playing and play your favorites. The accessory system itself is hilarious. It's kind of like a standard thing in Tales, I think, since... When did the accessory system get added? Was that Vesperia? Was it before? I don't remember it in Symphonia. I don't think it was an Abyss either, so it probably was Vesperia. But anyways, yeah, so there's lots of things to keep you entertained, and keep you playing. But if you do like JRPGs, I'd say 100% find a Tales game. If you play games on PC, there's Zestiria, Berseria, Symphonia, and Vesperia, all available on Steam for Tales. Those are all great installations. Zestiria, a little less than the other ones. Not a lot of people enjoyed that because the story was kind of... It was a game, but I think most people agree that Tales of Vesperia is like the best entry available, at least on PC. So I'd say if you're looking to pick one up, kind of dip your feet into Tales, grab Tales of Vesperia, give it a try. If you enjoy JRPGs, there's a very good chance you'll really enjoy it and get sucked into it. Just note, it does use I'm not going to say dated, but a unique combat engine. So you're going to have to get used to that coming from other games because it's not turn-based. Yeah, no problem, man. I really do like the Tales franchise a lot. I've been playing it for a very long time. I've actually been playing it since my friend gave me lent me Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube to play. So I've been playing it for a long time, and I've enjoyed every single entry I've played, even Zestiria, as much as people give me shit for that. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Obviously, could have been better, but I still found it to be a enjoyable experience. So, yeah. I would say, look at the Tales games that you have access to on whatever your platform of choice is. Like, if you play PC, pull up the information for the games that are on PC. If you play PS4, PS3, again, look those up. And find the one that has the cutest girls that you like, and play that. That's how you stay invested in a game. Oh, man. At least there's a lot of gleam stones I'm getting from this story clearing. So there's that. More funds into the war chest. My personal favorite, Xillia 2. Man, I'm so... Oh, Sukiya was grinding me about that. Like, you need to play Xillia, you need to play Xillia. And it's like, I want to so badly. It's the only entry in the series I have not personally played that I want to play. Like, super, super want to play it. I don't have a PS3. So, I have to get my hands on a PS3 or wait until it comes out on PC at some point. But it's the only entry that I've watched playthroughs for because I don't have access to play. Tales of the Abyss, I got it on the DS. Symphonia, I had on the GameCube, now I have on the PC. Vesperia, I picked that up on the PC and I was able to play it. So when it just came to me now. But when I was at university, this was 6 years ago, something like that. There was a girl a couple of floors above me in the dorm that had an Xbox 360 and Tales of Vesperia. And what I would do is every now and again I would go up, I'd sit down, and I would just play. We would just hang out, we'd talk, and I'd play Vesperia because I didn't have access to a 360 at the time and I really wanted to play it. I never finished it, and I was really sad. I got decently far in it though. And then when I saw that it had come out on Steam, I immediately purchased it, sat down, and beat it start to finish, practically just a non-stop gaming session. I think the VOD of that's actually still up on Twitch. I played the entire thing through, and I recorded the whole thing. God, that was such a long playthrough. But yeah, I love Tales. I love JRPGs. I didn't like JRPGs originally. This was back in the era of MSN Messenger. A friend of mine that lives in England had been telling me about Persona, and he was all like, "Man, you got to try Persona. It's such a good franchise." And I'm like, "Well, I don't really know, anything about it. Never heard of it. I don't even know where I would buy it around here." Because you got to remember, back in those days, you rarely ever saw imports publicly available. You had to actually pay a good amount of money to get them flown in from somewhere else. We didn't have the conveniences that we do today, right? It was different. It was a different time, kids. But yeah, so I did eventually get my hands on a copy of Persona 4. Sat down and played that, and after that I got hooked on JRPGs. Got my hands on Persona 3. I sat down and binged the entire AT project, so Atelier Iris 1, 2, and 3, Artanelico 1 and 2, Monokemia 1 and 2, right? Like everything from that. And I started branching out into playing other games from that same kind of sphere. That's where I started playing, Phantasy Star games and things like that. And I really got into it, and I'm glad I did. I'm actually really thankful to that friend for introducing me to Persona, because it kind of really opened the door to games that weren't, just like action combat stuff that I had been playing up to that point. So it was nice. It was a good change of pace. I think it was actually around that time is kind of when I started getting into anime as well, because I had played Persona and the art style had me interested. So I started kind of watching more stuff with that, and that's kind of where it all came together, I guess. Oh, there's so many battle nodes in this story chapter. I've noticed on my phone too, because at some point I did play around with the settings a little bit for this, and I was like, what would happen if I actually set like the graphical settings and stuff to, like the performance or whatever, and it literally turns itself into a slideshow. So I'm not quite sure what they mean by performance, but I think it's a slightly different definition than what I have. Okay. Always liked JRPGs, started getting into them back in the PSP days. Yep. I think my PSP is actually within arm's reach here. Let's see. It's somewhere in this cabinet. Is this it? Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, it is. I still actually have my old PSP case, and inside is my old Gen 2 PSP. And then there's a whole bunch of DS games in this, because I kind of ran out of storage space for them all. And I had my Vita around here somewhere too, so. But yeah. PSP, man, that was such a great era of gaming. That was so good. I hated the UMD system to bits, but I can't deny that it had some baller games. Actually, thinking about the Legend of Heroes, where is it? I still have the box set around here, don't I? Yeah, there you are. When I saw this sitting on a shelf, Trails of Cold Steel, I was like, yeah, no, I gotta get it. And I luckily had a Vita at the time because I had bought it for Persona 4 Golden. Like literally, I bought it just for Persona 4 Golden, so it really came in handy for me. Monster Hunter, yeah, that was another really good series. I mainly played that on the Wii U and the 3DS though. I didn't really get into Monster Hunter until Tri. Me and my brother played a lot of Tri. Because it was one of the... We didn't have access to two copies or two like consoles that could play Monster Hunter. So we played with the Wii U and the DS because Tri let you do that and it was quite nice. And then when Monster Hunter came out on the 3DS, I picked that up. My brother wasn't too interested in it anymore, but my friend actually picked it up. And man, we practically lived on Monster Hunter 4U. That was such good times. I still really want Dalamadur. I really want that raid to come to World. That is going to be such a good raid. Gonna absolutely stomp some people into the dirt, but that's the way it goes. Okay. Let's see. Is that the... I think that's Cheese Strats. Is that Cheese Strats too? No, that's not. This is Cheese Strats. Yeah. Okay. Focus on this here, and then I'll worry about the other stuff in a moment. Okay. Begin quest. Oh wow, that was really loud. Whoops. There'll have to be one more of that though, because I'm sending screenshots to somebody here really quick, so apologies for that. Okay, there. Loud noises are all done with. There. Oh. I gotta remember to set up virtual audio cables, because that is like a lifesaver for this kind of stuff. Guild quest, the bane of my farm, yeah? Well, Monster Hunter was really good. Really, really good. Ugh. That worm had better die before he pops his ult. I'm gonna be also, wow, yeah, this is... Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill the stream after this because my phone is currently reaching temperatures too hot. It's way too hot now. I don't want it to overheat. That's why I wanted to do this on an emulator, but yeah. And that's actually why the stream's starting to lag. Even though on my phone, it's running perfectly fine, because it's overheating now, the feed going out is starting to chug. So I'm gonna call the farm stream here for now. I'm going to try to look into a way to... Well, actually, you know what? This was an hour and a half. I'd say that's a healthy amount of time for one of these streams. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me, guys. I do plan on covering a lot more of the Tales of Crestoria stuff as it goes forward, as long as the global version's alive at least. Once it changes to JP only, if it ever reaches that point, I'm not really going to talk about it anymore. So, yeah. I don't know how long it'll be until I put up my next video for this game, though. Like an actual video for it. It'll probably be when the summer banners drop, because they're teasing those, so it should be relatively soon. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will probably have a GBGW video up later tonight about the new units and stuff like I normally do. So, yeah, I'll see you there. Peace out.